morning, everyone. Welcome to Kirov Academy's virtual classroom. My name is Runqiao. I'm the artistic director of the school, and I'm happy once again we're here together and ready for another ballet class. Truly, it's a wonderful morning at the nation's capital, and what makes a little bit extra beautiful is that seemingly there's a breakthrough in medical front in the fight with this nightmare. And every news is rejuvenating. And as I said this before, I always see or like to see the positive side in every situation. Maybe this is just how I was brought up. For instance, if this pandemic didn't happen, of course, this is one of the worst things happened in near human history to us. But we as humans are strong. The ingenuity, the tenacity, the commitment in keep our spirits together are very strong. I look at it, if this didn't happen, you and I will never be together at this moment. So we're carving, I like the way we look at the word of carving. Impossible situation around us. There's no roads to any directions. But what you do, you carve. You're carving a way to your destination. You carve a way to your destiny, to success. The carving itself is what, in relation to what we're about to do, I feel like it's a Tendu itself. Very simple movement, you see? Tendu, so simple. Out and in. It's a beauty about this movement, aside from the technicality that we always talk about when your foot turned out, what have you. But the Tendu itself, out and in, as professional ballet dancers, you do that millions of times. First thing teacher teach you Tendu, out, in. Last class you're about to take at the end of your career, guess what you do in that class? Out and in. That itself is carving. It is a commitment, a tenacity in such a simple movement. I think we are at this moment right now. We're looking for roads. We're looking for directions. I have always said this before. At the darkest hour, it is always right before the success, right before the sunrise. The night, always the darkest. So, lift your chin up, put your shoulders down. It's a reverence. Fifth position. Great. Let's go straight to. We have quite a few questions throughout the class. I'm going to do my best to answer them. Let's go straight to plie. So one of the audience members asked how to improve the arch, the foot. How to, I think the question is how to make your leg more straight and how to improve your arch. Tendus, what we just talked about. Yeah? So don't allow any discrepancy, any extra movement before you stretch. Tendu is to reach. When you reach something, you see, your arm is engaged when you reach something. You're not going to reach something with your elbow bent or your arm is not engaged, fingers. You're not going to reach this way. That's touch. Reach this, reach, to reach. You have to have a visualization of the steps. So to reach, Tendu, you see, to reach and come in. My whole leg, unless the combination calls for plie, my whole leg is straight and they are strong. So aside from manual manipulation, put your foot underneath the radiator, and we have all sorts of fancy equipment to help us, flexibility and the foot stretcher thing. Aside from all that, before we had all the fancy machines, ballet dancers stretch their feet. Yeah? So what helps? It's from very first thing, tendu and plie. Stretch all the way to your toes. If it calls for plie, knee over the toes, deepest plie. Okay, so combination goes like this. In first position, we will tendu to the front, plie. So that's a plie combination, okay? Tendu to the side, plie. Tendu to the back, plie. While deeper than the plie, lift your heel up, push the floor away. Arm goes up, change little hand, that's a breath, and put your heel down before we engage a grand plie. Up, don't go to second. Back, plie. Second, plie. Front, plie. Second, plie, second position. Heels up, push the floor away. Arms up, gently down the heel. Grand plie, tendu, fourth position. No plie. Let's do put a bar forward. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Look at the hand. Come, pull the bar back. 6, 7, and 8. Right away. Grand plie, releve. And a little balance. Okay? Alright, let's go right to it. First position, please. Left hand on the bar. Okay? Good. Treat each tendu as the most important things you're about to do. With dedication and with care. Very important. Tendu needs to be cared for. Not just put your leg out. That's not tendu. Reach. Okay? Good. Left side. pay attention. Today's combination a little bit unusual, but that's okay. Watch. And fifth, and plié, soutenu to the bar, quarter. Same leg to the side, change. 5, 6, 7, continue same direction, and 8. Same leg to the back now. 1, 2, 3, all the way around. 4 and 5 and 6. Plie up to the back. 1, 2, 3. Away from the bar. It's okay. Don't be nervous. Remember though, the same leg. 5, 6, 7, and 8. What's next? If I say them wrong, you're right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. From demi point. Tendu directly and back and side. Plie and up. You carefully maneuver your heels around. Okay? 5th position. If you don't do a little maneuver, your heels will not come around. Come up, look, careful maneuver. You don't need a lot of space. Heels almost, it's touching one foot to the other. The 2 feet is touching when the soutenu happens. It's a very tight, you have to feel like it's a very tight space. That one thing you absolutely should not do is you open up before and close back. Plie, very tight space. Okay? Alright. 3 to the bar. Same leg. 3, the other side. 3 all the way around. Front, side, plie back. And the whole thing to the back. 3, en face, away from the bar. 1, 2, 3. Emphasis devant. 1, 2, 3. Round. 1, 2. Okay. All right. You know, it's so much easier in your head. You treat it like a little dance. In a way it is. Like a little minuet. Into 1, 2, 3. Imagine there's a partner. There's a person, your partner right in front of you. Tendu, tendu. You see, you're leaving the shoulder. Look at him in the back. And around. You see? Éperement, the port de bras. It was designed out of those circumstances. It was a social dance. So if you thinking closer to those roots to see where the ballet come from, everything makes sense. Yeah? Left side. One more, little faster tendu, still tendus, okay? Let's do it. To the front first. We'll do front, 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 plie, up. Side, 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 plie, up. La face est devant. In, plie, coup de pied back, to the developer to the back. So we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, on cloche. Front, back, front. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. We do fifth, 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 fifth. En dedans. In, down, up. Side, 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 down, up. Inside, back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fifth, fifth. 1, 1, 1. Open. Convert forward. Hand together. To the bar. Open. And arm. Convert back. The other side. Away from the bar. And both élargir. Finish. Okay? One more time. Quickly. 1, 2, 3. Plie. Up. Side 2, 3. Plie. Up. Front 2, 3. Plie. Up. Out. In. The whole thing on the arm. Okay? Follow me. Somewhat unusual for the breath. Okay? Alright, let's go. Still tendus. Toes on the ground. To reach, guys. To reach. Fast tendu. Change mindset without pleading. 1, 2, 3. Don't do bend your knees and up. 1, 2, 3. Soft. Up. Important to make that dynamical change there. Okay. Left, please. Let's do. So the front and back is developed to the sides only. I'll show you. And 1 and 2. Could it be a fifth? Could it be a fifth? To the sides envelope. Side and in and front and back. Develop to the right and back and in and 3 and 4. Simple. Develop it. And 6, like punishable, like a little step of the horse. If you think of how the horse move. The back, side, front, and side. On and on. And back, and 2, and front, and back. All over. Down, up, in, and back, and front, and down. And 2, and 1, and 2, and 5, and 6, 7, 8. Finish. Okay? Articulation, vivid display of the language you're going to speak with your foot. That's what it is. Yeah, you're going to tell us a story. That's what dancers does. We're telling a story with our body. Singers use their voice. Musicians use the instrument. All body is all instrument. So you need to train your body to be expressive. Speak a language, tell a story. That's what training does to you. That your body will respond to have the expression you want to have. Yeah? Good. Alright, let's go. Left hand on the bar, right foot in front. Very nice, guys. Let's do jeté and piqués together. We'll do 1, 2, 3, brush, brush, brush. 2, 2, 3, brush, brush, brush. Then we do 1, 2, 3. Fifth, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back, 2, 3. Brush, brush, brush. 3. Brush, brush, brush. Back, side, front. In, and. First, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Nice and engaging. It's not slow, guys. Yeah, be aware. Supporting side. Every class I talked about this. Your supporting side. If you don't secure your supporting side, this combination, it's not doable. You feel inadequate. You feel everything is moving. Look at my arm closure. You see? It's not moving. Now do everything you can to secure that side, so your working side can do its job. Okay, focus on the side close to the board. Rotation, digging into the ground. Ready? Nice. Wonderful. Take a deep breath. Now let's connecting the dots, literally. Up until this moment, we have done front, side, and back. One-dimensional. Round the jambe. Connect those dots together. One of the very important process, step, transitional moment in the round the jambe is pass through the first position. So one of the audience member asked for yesterday. I want to talk about this. Front, side, back. Literally, you have to feel your body pulling up when you pass the first position. Okay? If you don't do this, your knee will bend. Even if you don't have to, your body will tell you it's not going to pass. It's not going to pass unless you bend your knee. Yeah, it's like when we play golf. You always worry the stick is going to hit the ground, hit the grass. That's a natural instinct. Just like when you pass first position. I often see people relax your knee to do this. That is a mistake common, but it's avoidable. Front, side, back. Pull up past first position. Now in your head, you have to think, I'm going to keep the shape of my leg. See the shape of my leg in arabesque, I'm keeping the shape of this leg when I pass first position. Yeah? Now, if you bend your knee, you change the shape of the leg. If you rotate in, you change the shape of your leg. Keep it. Drag your foot in. When I say drag, literally drag. It's not voluntary. It is not a kick. Bring it in carefully. There should be such a resistance when you pass first position. the resistance itself creates stability. Yeah, because you feel there's a root underneath your feet. Creates the sustainability of the step. You're not going to restart. It's the same circle, you see? It's the same circle. Past first position. Okay? Alright, let's do the combination. Let's do 1 and 2 and 3, stand up 4. Then we do 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And to the front. 1, attitude 2, knee open to the side, attitude again, to the side before we go to the back. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, stand up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lift, plie, knee open, to the side, plie. It is not attitude, it's not a passive. I bend my knee a little so I can stretch higher and bigger. Bend, that's a little breath. So I can go to the next position bigger and more extended. Then you go to the front. Yeah, open. Let's do it. Turn the front. Forward. Inside. Alright, lunge forward. Open. I'm sorry. Lunge forward. Back. To the side. Brush. Coupe. Passe. Okay? So, front, back, front, stand up. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it on the okay? Left hand on the ball. First position, please. Okay, is that good? Don't be afraid. I'm never going to be saying too far back. Please. You see the range? My thigh really absorbing the weight. Please. leg to the front. When you go to the little attitude that I was talking about, you have to think it's just like a little prick. Little breath, little air. You inject little air. Like a little breath, you take a little breath into your lung so you can breathe deeper. Inject little air. You see? It is not foot down, rather knee up. You see? Knee up. Then the foot is going to meet where the knee is to the side. Now from the side, watch. It's not foot down, rather knee up. Both knee at the same time. That creates lots of room for us to maneuver the beautiful passage of écarté derrière. Yeah, left, please. Relax a little bit. Doing very well, you guys. Okay? Very well. Let's do Fondue. Let's do Fondue. Through first position, plie, brush to the back, pique back up. Fondue back, through front, devant, pique up. Fondue side, and you tombe out. You can see the plie, you can see the foot right there. Arm over the head, not leave behind. Come back, up. Then we do close back, 2, round the jambe, brush back. Then we do left side from the back. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 2 and 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 2, 3 and 4. Soutenu, 6, 7 and 8. Finished. Okay? Fondue front, through first position, back, stern, pique. Mechanical, back, through first, brush, pique. Side and 2, lunge, over, back, soutenu, use your toes, scrape the floor, all the way to the front, brush, stay out. I'll lead on left side. Okay? Alright, let's go guys. feel sense of weight? There's a weight to it in fondue. To melt, it's like a lava, like in Hawaii. It's not floating in air. There's a sense of slow heaviness, like oozing out, that kind of quality. That's the need. Down and up. Precisely, to melt. Down and up. It's thick. It's not water. It's not floating. It's not this. Down and up. So when you do this properly, you feel your thigh. Down and up. That is the most important quality about fondue. You have to do it. You have to do it. Think a lot more than just bend your knee, straight your knee. It is heaviness and come up, hydraulics. Thinking about heavy hydraulics down and up. Left foot in front, right hand on the bar, please. Good. Moving right along, everyone. Next thing, it's Ballet. Let's do alternate side today, okay? Do side, 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 side. On the go, out, 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 out. On the work, little higher. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and out, out. 1, 2, 3. Scoot back, come back front. On the work. 6, 7, 8. On the 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. On 8, I need you to leave the hand, the bar. I don't care what happened. If you hop, you hop. 1, I want you to leave the hand from the bar, just to see where your center is, and to see how your body does it, to fix it, to make arrangements, if your center is not perfectly on. Just give your body a chance. This is what I want, to see what happens. I bet you anything, your body will surprisingly do really well. You'll be surprised how well your body will adjust accordingly. Yeah? Got it? Well, okay? Did you do well? Good. Dig in, pull up. You'll be fine. Left side. Ready? Stretch and flex a little bit. Okay? Let's do. Good job. Let's do. We do. En releve. We do. Up and two. Out, just the heel down. When you put your heel down, lift your leg up and keep the height on the releve up. To the side. Side, 2, 3, heel, up. Back, 2, 3, heel, up. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, pull up as you lower your heel. Side, 2, 3, pull up, lower heel. Front, 2, 3, and 4. And back. And front. Reach. And we finish. Okay? Alright. Let's go to it. Stretch your calf, please. Stretch your left calf. Gentle down with the heel. You have to imagine if it is a little bit of if there's an egg underneath your heel, when you put down, this egg won't crack. That kind of care when you do this movement. Okay? Good. Left, please. Wonderful. All right. I want to start talking about the stretch a little bit because some of the audience members ask, how to improve the flexibility. Yeah? So I want to explain to you a little bit about flexibility in our business. First, you have to respect your limitation, first of all. Second of all, you have to allow the time in which your progress can make. Third, you have to set appropriate, reasonable goal for yourself. Okay? So we have access to all sorts of information. Instagram, social media, fantastic tool for us to improve. However, I have to say this before. If you see a dancer with above 180 degrees, leg back and the foot in front, all sorts of beautiful, beautiful positions, don't be seduced by it. Yeah? Everybody's ability is different. Everybody have their own set of limitations. You have to respect that. Yeah? You were born with certain abilities. Some of them, I'm sure, is better than others. That's what makes us unique. But some of your ability is less than others. I have to work very hard when I was at school on certain things about me to just catch up with the rest of my class. Okay? So I want to just talk about this a little bit. So you have to set a reasonable goal for yourself and allow the time to make the progress. Yeah? And you have to be respectful. Have to have respect for your own limitations. Okay? So I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to let Instagram to have its 5 to second reset. I will be right back, 5-10 seconds. Okay? Just stay with me. Almost a few more seconds. Okay. Okay, good. So we talk about 3 things that you have to remember when you approach to flexibility and rotation. Okay. Then continue on. I want to talk about this just a little bit. You have to understand we're not contortionists. The ballet art form does not require you to be contortionist. That's a complete art form itself. I'm going to put this very bluntly. You don't need to look like a contortionist in order to execute the ballet step we just did. Okay? So for us, flexibility includes devant to the front. Important, when you have flexibility in the front, your hip has to be square. So if you put this hip out just to 45 degrees and the leg in front, it doesn't matter how high, it doesn't work for us, ladies and gentlemen. Because that alignment is wrong. You cannot build anything sustainable or qualitative position on top of this structure. It doesn't work for us. Any professional will tell you this hip is out and we disregard that position, regardless how high this leg is. So 90 degrees and to the side We're looking at it. Your supporting leg is compromised or not. Supporting leg has to turn out nice and strong. Based on that, yes, this leg is high as possible, but have to based on the integrity of your entire body. I've seen this and this. It doesn't work for us. For professional, it's very difficult for us to look at it and very difficult to us to make assessment because we know the foundation is not right. Yeah? Aerobics, very important. You cannot pull your supporting leg back. Based on that, beautiful legs. Has to be turned out, shoulder has to be even, cannot be like this, or that, anything. Based on perfect alignment, the legs as high as possible. Everything has to be based on correct foundation. Okay, so we talk about flexibility, front, side, back, then there's rotation. Where did rotation come from? Your hip. All rotations come way up. It trickles down, displayed down to the knee open, beautiful foot turned out. But all has to come from your hips. So you cannot have your knee bend, hips in, but you pull your toes back. This is, to me, it's hurting, it's hurtful for me to watch. It's painful for me to watch because I know what is your alignment, what is your body, what is your bone and muscle going through in order for you to make that contorted position. We don't need anything contorted. First position, to me, it's very natural. It's very natural. Yeah? You don't need, if your knee is unable to straight, you have to put your heels, toes forward just a little bit. But don't stuck there. Work constantly, open, open. Eventually you have a perfect first position. Same thing with fifth position. Fifth position only works if 2 feet completely flat, like an equal sign, one in front the other. If your first position is like this, it's okay to start with, but little by little, every day work hard to get into the fifth position because all the foundation, everything we built is based on correct fifth position. If you're building a technique on top of crooked, somewhat contorted, an incorrect foundation, the outcome of your technique will be different, will be somewhat incorrect. Everything, what you do in the foundation, have a lot to do with everything to do with the technique you build on top of it. Your technique built on top of the incorrect foundation will have the incorrect element to it. Pardon me for elaborate that a little bit because I feel that very important. It doesn't matter with 10-year-old starting ballet class or older students starting as an adult. The philosophy is the same. The philosophy is the same. Because if we change the philosophy of ballet, we're lost. We're blind. Now, I can only teach according to the philosophy, according to the ethic, the integrity. I'm not the one to change it. No teacher is allowed or should change the foundation of the principle of the ballet technique. You're going to use your ability, your experience, to help the students get to the goal. That's your job. It's not your job to distort the language, to create some other form, because you'll never get there. Make sense? All right, without taking any more time, let's move forward, okay? Let's do, speaking of flexibility, let's do stretch, okay? Leg on the bar, this is a very important, answer that question, flexibility. Make sure when your leg on the bar, at 90 degrees, your hip is not this way. Your hip is at L shape. If your left foot on the bar, this leg is L shape, capital letter L shape. Hips is the bottom, leg is straight. Yeah, now watch this. Don't put your shoulders down like this. That doesn't work. You have to think the word of fold. I do this. You see? It's seemingly this is just only little movement, but that's a lot more effective than doing this. than doing this. That's for show. Looks like there's a lot of movement. Look at your movements is with your arm. It's not effective. My movement starts with my lower back. I'm pressing forward like this. I keep my arm on top of my head. Slow movement. At one point you hold the foot, count 3. 1, 2, 3, then you release. Yeah? Now to the side watch. Change. Don't jump to the bar. Away from the bar. Hand on the bar. Now I'm going to look my right hand first. I make sure the shoulder is away from my leg. So I'm not going to look at the leg, becomes like this because your body is in the way. Put your shoulder in front of the leg. Like that. Yeah? Little by little. I'm not going to allow my arm to collapse like this. That doesn't work. Keep your arm, hand in front, on top of your head. Your body move at once. Like that. Then go to arabesque. Now what you have to make sure you don't bend your knee when you go back. Knee is absolutely stretched. Both legs stretched. Now look up the ceiling. Look up the ceiling. Every time you bend back, you have to stretch your leg away from you. Away from you. Not collapse. Collapse. Away from you. That's front, side, and back. Okay? Good. Alright. Let's try it, please. Right leg on the bar. Let's do passe, back, sus, inside, passe, forward, that's a punch, yeah, passe, back, sus, passe, à la seconde, no plie, lift, plie arabesque to the back, push the floor away through second, for it to become effacé devant. And fifth. And to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. Arabesque. Fifth. And yeah. Releve. Forte. Go through. Second position. Then to arabesque. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So this is your 1. This is your 2. This is your 3. 2 is very important between 1 and 3. Yeah? Same thing. That's your 1. That's your 2. That's your 3. We're not going to stop at 2. 2 is a process. Okay? Let's go to it. Okay, just slow enough just to keep an eye on me and go to it, please. In between combination, please take deep breath. Because it's not possible to take that kind of breath like we're taking right now during the combination. Yeah, we talk about in ballet, we don't, like accordion, we don't open up like this, we don't. We hold this in the entire time. We breathe control of breath. But between the combinations, or between the sections during performance, when the dancer is so beautiful, run off from the stage, run off to the wings, guess what? They're breathing. They let themselves go in order to gain as much oxygen into their system as possible so they can move forward. So between combinations, don't look at the teacher like this. Breathe. Nose in, mouth out. Then you recuperate really quickly, okay? The bad part is we have to do left side. Let's go. Let's do ground ball. 1, 5th, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Encroach. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gentle taunting. 6, 7. Switching it directly to the other side, please. Okay, nice and easy. Release your hips. That's another thing. Flexibility. You have to release your hips. Release. Don't grip. Release. Yeah. Left side, please. Good job. Constructive and safe for the center. I'll never ask you something the space not allow you to do. Okay. So, quickly answer a question. One of the audience members asked, what are the suitable sports activities you should have along with ballet? Very good questions, especially for young students. In the school, you have choices of all kinds of sports activities. Again, this is my opinion and my advice for me. Everything, let's say jogging, running, yoga, anything that will help with your physical stamina is good. There's no limitation to that. Only thing I'd advise, again, is my advice, that if there's a vigorous body contact sports, you should avoid. I loved to play soccer when I was in school, but when I reached my 4th grade, 4th year, well, schools no longer allowed us to play soccer. Just because the amount of physical contact with our feet, with our legs to each other is very big possibility that you incur injury. So I would avoid anything that have a strenuous pressure on your body and with contact with another player. That kind of sports I would avoid and at least watch out for. Yeah? But any other sports, please by all means, because that promotes your stamina, the strength, and overall health. Yeah? I'm not gonna give you advice not to do it, but with the body contact, you should stay away from it, my opinion. Okay? Come to the center, please. Let's do it. Learn this very well, okay? There's a lot of aspects that's involved. Passe 1, plie 2. That's a full height. It is not to the floor. 2, PK 3. Lower your heels on 4. The attitude in the back, left hand on top of your head. Then you go to plie, back leg higher. Plie through à la seconde. The corner is when you become à la seconde. Focus on your back hand. Plie, leg foot down. Look to your right hand. Take a breath. That's a breath. That's not a kick. Breath. Through first position, back foot become devant, à la seconde, to arabesque, plié, pas de bourré, soutenu. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, gently tendu, 8, and 1, 2, 3, arabesque 4, élongé, plié, pas de bourré, soutenu. Make sense? Let's mark music notes, please. Don't mark your arms and your musicality. Don't mark your feelings. Feelings there, okay? Ready? Let's go to it. Feels beautiful. The beautiful I'm talking about is an experience. internal experience. I feel happier. I was happy before because of my family, beautiful wife looking at me. I'm happy. I'm happier after this experience. I feel more grounded. Things are making more sense to me. As weird as it may sound, it's the truth. That's the beauty about being an artist. We have all those different ways and routes to take the nutrient to enrich ourselves. Especially in time of seemingly despair, hopelessness. Artists always played a role. My dad was an artist. In a time of war, horrendous situations, my dad went to the front. He didn't pick up the gun and fight. He didn't do that. Guess what? He entertained the troops. Why it was so important for the troops to be entertained. It is not like they desperately to see the singing and dance. It's not. It's provide some realism. Provide something that are so drastically different from what they sing every day. Listen to a song. See a beautiful dance. It takes away your misery. That is why artists are important. I was trained in an environment where the society calls for artists to be a civil servant. We are civil servant. Our responsibility is helping people, just like doctors, nurses. We are helping people with our ability, with our training, to lift people's spirits, so they can feel better, they can see hope. In the meantime, we inspire ourselves, because we have to be inspired first, in order to help others. Yeah? I feel more inspired just doing this combination. And with you. Let's do it again. Same side, right side first. Right foot. Very nice, guys. Let's do. Let's do Tendu. Let's do. Front and two, plié up, back, two, plié en face. Side and two and three and four. Parlez-vous, right? Single pair finish on top. Finish. Left. 1, 2 soft, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Parlez-vous, right? Single pair and finish. Now to the side goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a jeté and plié. Okay? Let's mark music points, please. Just once, so we have an idea. Good. One more time. It's the whole thing in jeté. Okay? The whole thing in jeté. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jeté, jeté, jeté. Un, pas de bourrée. And you can do 2 turns if your environment allows, if you feel wonderful. Okay? Ready? Good job. Let's do fondue. Similar. So this is, I always like, actually the center combination, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as a bar. That's never, should never be the practice. But should have the resemblance of what we did in the bar. Okay, so this fondue combination, you see the resemblance. So the fondue front, plie, piqué. I like to have that to be the demi-releve. Fondue back, front, keep your arm, piqué, back foot, fondue side, piqué, tombe, fall to the side, added 2, one arm, pass top of your head, leg à la seconde, change, change, élanger, brush. Actually, let's do coupe, pas de bras on to no. Okay? Then the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and the 8. Okay? So let's mark these once, just half of it, just to make sure everything's wrong. Ready? So make sure, élanger, coupe, back. There's no pas de bras. Élanger, coupe, back, pas de bras. Okay? Let's try, please. Right foot front. Stretchers, navigate your way. Just a second you think, oh, I'm doing well. My fear is my hair blinding me. That's my most fear right now. But we're doing well. Let's do it again, please. Did you see this? Push! Don't hesitate. Push the floor away. At the same time, arm not out this way. Look at my hand. Directly in front. It's like I open the lid. Directly in front on top. Now, replace gently by the other hand. So it's not even. It is push, resolve. Push, resolve. That's the idea, okay? One more time, please. Let's do turns. I like to repeat this combination we did the last class. I think I needed to do it again. So we do passe, plie, single pied en dehors. Same leg. Passe, plie, single pied en dedans. Again, passe, plie. Ladies, you do échappé. Échappé. Gentlemen, tendu side, onto the side, tendu back. Plie, double pirouette, finish. Left side. 1, 2, single pirouette, left. 2, 2, en dedans, left. Once again, passe 1, 2 ladies, échappé, plié. Gentlemen, tendu, plié. Double pirouette, finish. Let's go to it. Okay? How was it? Good? 2 spots. Do 2 turns. 1, 2, down. Internal rhythm. We talked about this, very important. 1, 2, down. If you're going to do 3, 1, 2, 3. Down. Okay? Shake it off. Let's do one more time, please. Let's go. Good job, guys. Shake it off. Time to do little jumps. Let's do shoulder roll right away. Let's do 2 shoulder rolls. We do 5th and straight a knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Second, 5th, straight knee. Simple left side. 5th and 5th, up. 5th and 5th, up. 5th and 5th, up. And 2nd, 5th. Échappé. Very neck will finish. Okay? Ready? Where is your body stored right now, right at this moment? Where? I hope it's your thigh and your bottom. I hope so. I hope it's not your arm. I hope it's not your shoulders or your neck. Plie, jump, plie, jump. Okay? People talk about entrechats, royals, like battus, beating. Again, I believe it has to go on the way up, has to go out in order to go either cut in front, close back, or close back, close in front. Entrechat royal. In my opinion, you need a room to do the battus. If I don't open up, it's impossible for me to do this because it doesn't look like anything besides a changement because you glued it together. I don't see what's going on. I don't see what are you doing with your feet. It looks like you just glued it together like this. I like a clear out. Entrechats goes out, in. Royal goes out, front, back. I'll show you this what it looks like for entrechats. Okay? Fifth position. I go out, in. Is it clear? Out, in. Once again, entrechat. So it's recognizable. Royal goes like this, right from front. You see? Out, front, back. Once again. It's clear. Yeah? It's relaxed in a way. Because if I feel I don't have a room, it becomes stagnant. It becomes like this. It becomes like this, not generous. Yeah? It's not brilliant. They don't just see the same thing. Go up, in. Looks like this. Out, in. Yeah? So, let's do it. Plie, entrechats. Straight knees. Plie, entrechats. Again, it's third time, two of them. Plie, entrechats. Fourth time, plie, entrechats, royal. Change your leg. Plie, entrechats, single. Plie, single. Plie, double. Fourth time, entrechats, royal. Okay? Ready? En face. We will have a little bit more the head, okay? So we're not just going to be like this, a little head. Is your neighbor complaining? Is your neighbor downstairs complaining? If they're not, you're doing a great job. If they are, you apologize to them and say you're going to do better next time. Alright, let's take a breath. That was hard. Yeah, it was hard. So anything simple, anything just, there's no other elements to it, it's always difficult because they have nothing to disguise. There's nothing to hide, there's no way to hide. Everything is transparent. that combination is. If somebody auditioned in front of me, I tell you, I'm gonna have that student to do this combination right now. It reviews everything. The strength, knowledge, training, understanding, and ability, everything is in one combination because it's just review, it's like open the book. Nothing, nowhere to hide. So it is important to do those simple things, foundational things, clear. It's not about how fast, how slow, anything fancy. It's not about your costume. It's not about your makeup and your brand name leotard. It's not about that. It's simplicity about work itself. Yeah? Good. Last time, please. Perfect timing. Right from the front. Make sure you plie, make sure you go out, you beat and beat. Okay? Ready? Beautiful work, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. You kept it with me 2 hours. For some of you, what, 2 a.m. in the morning? You have absolutely have my respect. Okay? Let's do put bra. Right from the front. Thank you so much. Before we go, 2 announcements. Tomorrow, it's our very first episode of Ballet podcast, Thursday, 10:30 in the morning. Okay, very important. We're going to interview the artistic director of Hong Kong Ballet and my former boss, Washington Ballet artistic director for 17 years. We're going to talk about beautiful subjects that's going to be beneficial for everyone, okay? And then today is what? It's International Dance Day? Is that it? Fantastic, congratulations. What a better way, the best way to celebrate the International Dance Day by doing dancing. Thank you very much for being with us. And next Tuesday also it's a fondue with Mr. Du. We're going to answer an array of questions about what you have, and I'm very humbled by the level of the sophistication of the question And the sensitivity of the question, that means that you open up yourself to me and I'm here to help you. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.